Hello, everyone. Welcome back um, to some more Ithaca College Rocket League. If you're just joining us now, you missed a quite one-sided match earlier from our IC Blue squad. They swept Murray State Blue 3-0, and they played very well doing it. But coming up soon, we have our Ithaca College Gold team going up against Thomas College Red. Um, and we're just waiting for that to get started here. As always, I am Cormac, otherwise known as Robin Fox. For our previous blue match, my companion Austin, otherwise known as Union Thunder, was helping me commentate. But for this game, I'm going to be doing it solo. So hopefully you don't get too tired of hearing my voice. I have adjusted some of my audio levels, so feel free to let me know in the Twitch chat what's working and what isn't. I'll try to adjust that in real time. All right, and we are just waiting for the match to get started here. Now, Austin is usually the one that does the most research around here about the opposition, and he has certainly looked into the team that our blue squad was playing, but it seems he neglected to research his own opposition. So it seems that our gold squad doesn't exactly know what they're going up against, and unfortunately, Austin's doing the research and not me, so I can't share that information with you guys either. But we do know, or at least I hope, that it's going to be a great match. As much as I love to see Ithaca win, just from a spectator and commentator standpoint, I'd love to see something a little bit closer than a 3-0 sweep, but you never know what happens in Rocket League. And we are going to be having Ithaca College here in the blue and Thomas Red in the orange. I suppose that makes sense considering our two school colors. But yeah, I think going into this match, I'm looking for confidence because, as we were saying during the stream for the blue match, our blue squad actually got demoted in division. They came back down to the same division that our gold squad is in. And there's a little bit of a skill gap between those two teams. You can think of it as varsity and JV. And now they're both competing at the same level. And our blue squad showed that maybe they don't deserve to be back down here with a breezy win over Murray State. Hopefully, they're going to go far in this division and get back up to where they belong. But I'm looking to see some confidence from our gold squad because even though you're not playing on the blue, maybe it can be discouraging to see your fellow students down a level. So I'd like to see them come out strong, and maybe even someday our gold squad could ascend to that next tier. But that's wishful thinking. We'll see what happens on the pitch. Once again, of course, let me know how my voice is sounding. I tweaked the audio a little bit so it'd be louder. And I hope that is coming through okay. But we're just getting some players joining in now, and we should be good to start in just a few moments here. This could be one of the few matches that actually starts on time here in the world of Ithaca esports, which would be surprising. We are just about getting the lobby ready here. Preparing to jump into our first match, or rather our first game in the match here against Thomas College Red. As our players are readying up into the game here. It's always hard, I imagine, from a viewing standpoint to go from two commentators to one. There's a lot of my slack that Austin was picking up, and I'll try my best. But apologize if there's a few gaps in commentary here and there. Sometimes the one-man show isn't all glitz and glam. The lobby has been created, and yet don't see too many players joining in yet, so that gives me another opportunity to talk about the teams here, or rather the team, our gold squad. Again, Austin, who's going to be playing under the name Union Thunder, um, is going to be on the pitch this time. He was helping me commentate previously. And maybe watching Blue get that 3-0 sweep is going to inspire some gameplay in him. Maybe he's going to bring a sweep to Thomas as well. But again, two different squads here, two very different games. I think honestly at this point, we should come to expect the delays in matchmaking. I apologize. The players are kind of flickering in and out of the lobby here. Oh, and it seems maybe maybe this lobby's not the best match. I guess we're only a minute over, but maybe they're joining back in. Who's to say? Either way, I'm sure it'll be exciting once it actually begins. I wonder if maybe there's some technical issues on the side of Thomas College. Excuse me. I noticed some of the players are having trouble connecting or staying in the lobby, so I wonder if we might see a delay here. I'm just waiting for some word on that, and I'll let you guys know if we need to cut to a break. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can get started, but these things happen in esports. Online services, Wi-Fi servers, things like that. It's not like a physical sport where you just kind of show up and play. You know, I'd love to be hyping up our gold squad if this wasn't the first game of the season. They got a clean slate. Maybe that can be inspiring since, unless I'm mistaken, they did come close to making it to the playoffs last season. I think they might have been 1 or 2 games away, so maybe they can get to that next level in this one. Maybe there's something inspiring or encouraging about that clean slate. Hopefully they put a 1 on the left and not on the right here. I have received word from Austin that all of the players on the gold squad are okay. Oh, and actually, I think we might just be jumping into it. I was reading the message I received from Austin that maybe there's some issues with the other players or the lobby, and then immediately the game begins. So I guess that was a false alarm. Either way, I'm happy to see it begin here. And looks like Thomas is off to some early pressure. A little awkward here for Ithaca College. Eddie Gore in net. Just staying back, trying to play defensive. Union Thunder off the wall here. It's going to be taken away by Janiel. Quite the name there. Maybe he's a fan of the RLCS professional Rocket League player who goes by simply Daniel. Not sure, but I'm speculating on that name here. So far, not much to show in the first minute of this game, in the first minute of the match. A little pass attempt into the center there from Janiel. It's not going to turn out for him. And the Trump fan going for that touch, and it looks like Jay might just pop this one in here. Now, I might be wrong, but I believe there are 2 Jays on this team. There's J400K here and Janiel. Hopefully that doesn't get too confusing from a listening standpoint. But regardless, one of the 2 J's is going to put that one away. And it was a little bit of a dinky touch, but it's going to be enough to make it a 1-goal lead here for Thomas College Red. Janiel with a little bit of an underwhelming touch there. It's going to go off to the side. And compared to the blue game, you're seeing a lot more slow play. And that could be due to a difference in rank, a difference in skill level here naturally. If you feel a little bit more confident in your ability, you're going to be trying to move that ball faster. But I think strategically, it's significant that both teams are trying to control this ball, Play it slowly. J400K here's going for a dribble. Daniel is going to put it away. And once again, the Jays link up here to make it a 2-goal game and a 2-goal lead for Thomas College Red. Jay with the flick into the center. Nobody there back for Ithaca College, and they're going to be fighting uphill here. Off into the corner for Daddy Gort with quite bright wheels, I might add, almost blinding. Trump fan can't quite get the touch there. Daddy Gort is forced to backflip. It's awkward in front of the box here for Ithaca. And in stark contrast to what we saw from the blue team, there's just not a lot of comfort here that we're seeing from Gold. They look uncomfortable, awkward, don't really know where to put the ball or where to position their car. I think that Thomas is taking advantage of that. That could be an open net. Daddy Gort is there to clear it away. Again, look at this slow play here from Daniel. You got to love the dribble attempts, but the thing about Rocket League that some players dread and spectators like myself love is that you can't do the same thing and have it work every time. Eventually, the opponents will get a whiff of what you're trying to do and they'll lock on and download what you're attempting, and they're going to find that counterplay. And I'm wondering if Ithaca is going to be able to find the counterplay against those slow play attempts, those dribbles, those controlling touches that Thomas College here is going for. Jay off the corner here, trying to get it central. Daddy Gort is awkward, but he's able to get the clear. And just under 2 minutes left, and it looks like Ithaca so far has been toothless in this match. Seems like the ball spending a lot of time on the blue half of the field. Daniel there with a little double touch. I can't imagine that was intentional. Probably tried to put it away on the first go, but gets two there to seal the deal off the post. And again, barred down for 3 for Thomas College. Now, of course, one game is only one game in the series, in the best of 3 here, but if you're Ithaca, maybe it's time to start worrying. Not so much that you panic, but enough to have a conversation with your teammates and maybe a conversation internally. What are we doing wrong here? What can we do to step up against the opponents? Because right now it seems like Thomas College has a lock on this game. It's a beautiful flick. It's going to go left side there for Daniel. Seems like I'm talking about this player's flicks a lot. He's got it under control, and you notice there his little banner, bottom central of the screen. He has the champion season reward. If you're not familiar with what that means, of course, champion is one of the ranks in the game, and it's relatively high ranked. And I know for a fact that that rank is higher than every single player on Ithaca Gold here. So maybe Daniel is the player to look out for, touting that champion title. Maybe he's the one to lock down. Oh, and we were talking about a Rule 1 last match with the blue, and an accidental Rule 1 between 2 teammates rather than 2 opponents happening in front of the Ithaca net there. Not always what you want. In a typical Rule 1, at least your opponent's out of the game with you. But when it's a team bump, it's not really any way to make that beneficial. And with just about 30 seconds left in Game 1 here, it's looking like Thomas is going to close it down. Maybe another one, a fifth, just to take it on the road here going into Game 2. Some extra momentum for Thomas College. Just a poor touch there from Daddy Gort. It's unfortunate, but Ithaca is going to have to be looking to Game 2 for some new hope. Now, I've heard some commentators in the RLCS call this garbage time, and I'm a big fan of that term. Just this few seconds at the end of a game where one team is clearly going to win, and you're just kind of twiddling your thumb, sitting idly. In a normal game of Rocket League, you can forfeit, but once you start to play in a league or you play professionally, forfeiting is not allowed. Just like how you wouldn't forfeit in any other competitive sport. It's hard to imagine a basketball team, for example, just packing it up once they go down. So that creates instances of garbage time here, which, despite the name, isn't always negative for the losing team. Sometimes it's nice just to get your mechanics down, drive around the field, maybe talk with your teammates, communicate about what you can do. But for right now, it's looking like Thomas's game. We will be getting ready for game 2 here. Apologize, we might not have had audio for the first one there. Again, it can be difficult doing a one-man show to make sure everything's covered. But players are getting ready, and if you're Ithaca, you got to be thinking, what can we fix? What can go differently? Because 6-0 is not the best way to start. I think actually some of the Ithaca players are taking a moment to get ready for the next match. Maybe talking it out, like I've said, because sometimes when it's a close match, it's just a 1-goal difference. Maybe you made a mistake, maybe just a bad decision. But when you lose so strongly, a 6-0, something has to change play style-wise in terms of your mentality. And we will be getting game audio for this one here, but Thomas College up 1-0 in the series. So we're getting into game 2 here. Ithaca is going to need to figure some things out. Maybe they did in that break. We'll see if it's reflected on the pitch. Jay there into the corner, gets a little tap to himself, and it's just far too easy for Daniel. It's a beautiful play, takes every single Ithaca defender out of the game, and that is just, they're just making it look simple. That's all that really comes down to. The J-to-J connection is looking to be unstoppable for Thomas College here. I wonder if the two players, beginning in J, found some solidarity based on that fact, and they've been practicing more together than typical teammates would. That's what I'd have to assume after seeing how they play together. Good clear there from Daddy Gort. Daniel was forced to defend, and something has gone horribly wrong here for Thomas College. These are the types of shots that just should not result in a goal. Daddy Gort all the way downfield. Daniel, I think he got a little bit of a touch or maybe no contact at all. That one is going to be the equalizer, and that's got to hurt for Thomas College. That simply just should not be happening, and a little bit of a flustered kickoff there. Things have fallen into a state of disarray for Thomas College, and suddenly they find themselves down a goal here. In game 2, Daddy Gort is going to be the one that punishes them. A good bump from the Trump fan. But what has happened for Thomas College? It seems like they had things under control. But in the last few seconds, they've gone down 2, and they missed the kickoff. Not really sure if their communication is breaking down or they're getting nervous or something, but this might just be Ithaca's way back into this game. Off the crossbar there for Jay. Daniel doesn't get a great follow-up. He's going to push it out to the side. Trump fan is trying to take his time with it, but T-Guy Wu's a player I haven't had to talk about much yet, since the two Jays have been doing a lot of damage. Thomas College. Jays here are trying to coordinate on defense. Off the wall. Coming downfield, Daddy Gort. Not the best touch. Off the backboard, and speaking of touches, that is an important one to get off the backboard. That backboard clear can be life or death in the game of Rocket League. If you miss the ball off the back, it gives your opponents a free follow-up. To the side here. Union Thunder is going to try to take it up off the wall, but it's intercepted. So far, it looks like Ithaca, despite being in the lead, might be due to some luck and some bad defending from Thomas more than great offense on their side. And speaking of great offense, Daniel again is going to be the problem maker for Ithaca's defense. It doesn't have to be a quick shot, it just has to be placed well. They're going to tie it at 2. Upper bins, top right corner, Union Thunder can't get the touch there. And it's going to be a 2-goal game here. Guy Wu into the corner. Ithaca just playing so much defense in this match. The spectator cam had a little bit of trouble figuring out where to look on that one. Don't see that all too often. Eddie Gort not with the greatest flick there. I think he accidentally double jumped. We're seeing mechanical misplays from Ithaca. Again, Union Thunder going for that same play, where he's going off the wall. It's easily intercepted. I was talking about how you can't do the same thing for too long, and I thought maybe Ithaca were the ones figuring things out, but Thomas seemed to be in control once again. They had a little hiccup in their defense, and it seems like Ithaca took advantage of it. The guy Wu there with a backflip save. Maybe not how he wanted to see that one away, but either way, it's going to be safety. And he'll try to get something started here, but as I was saying, I thought Ithaca was adapting to Thomas, but it looks like now maybe Thomas is adapting to Ithaca. Into the center, 2 players needed to send that one out. Again, this ball just staying in the blue half, and oh no! That's not what you like to see. An own goal there, coming off of an Ithaca player. J400K got a touch that really should not have been dangerous, and I think Daddy Gort just mistimed his jump, and it's going to tap it into his own goal. That's got to be painful. Hopefully, that is not the dagger in this game. Maybe Ithaca can find some new hope, but it's looking like Thomas is in control, both on the field and mentally. It's hard to give up an own goal like that and think, alright, we can win this game, but it's exactly what Ithaca is going to have to do. Possibly an open net, off target for 2 players in a row. I can't believe it from Thomas College, they both missed, but somehow the J-to-J connection is just too strong. J400K here misses the ball, slams it into the crossbar, but it's a beautiful touch from Daniel to put it back to Jay. He gets a cheeky little backflip, put it away. Now a 2-goal lead here for Thomas College, threatening match point in the series. Off the post here, Daniel is going to finish it off again. This J-to-J offense is just unstoppable here from Thomas College. I think I just can't find an answer. The Trump fan nowhere near getting a touch on that one, and suddenly 3 goals have come and gone for Thomas. And it is not looking like the boys in blue here have a response. Ooh, that maybe should have been a goal there from Daniel, not the touch he wanted. The pickup players will be wiping the sweat off their brows. Nice upfield connection there. Daddy Gore is going to bring it to the wall. Trying to go for a ceiling shot on 0 boost. It's bold. So bold, I don't think his teammate is expecting any touch at all. Throws off Union Thunder. Again, Thomas back on offense. Just under a minute left. Ithaca will need maybe not just 1, maybe not 2, but 3 consecutive miracles to get back into this game, and it's not looking possible. One might call garbage time for the 2nd time in this series. And if this trend continues, oh no. Oh my, that is just that is just a painful way to concede no matter how you look at it. That one should not be going in. We've seen mistakes from both teams here, but mistakes have been more frequent on the blue half. I don't even want to continue talking about that goal. It is so painful. And 25 seconds left. It is all but over. Ithaca, again, are going to have to look to the next game. But unless they do some research, unless they can very quickly analyze the results from the 2 games they've played, this series is Thomas College's to win. You know, why not just take a 7th there? 5-goal lead. I looked away for a moment. 14 seconds left. Not looking possible. It's a Trump fan. Just trying to do anything. Daddy Gort throwing himself at the ball. Why not? Oh no. Another whiff. Doesn't even look like J400K wants to score it. Thomas will go up 2-0. Man, oh man. I'm not really sure what to say, you know. I think Thomas has been playing well, but Ithaca has just been suffocated in this match. Not sure where they can turn, playstyle-wise or mentality-wise, to wedge their way back into this series. But it's not over till it's over. We've seen reverse sweeps before. And everybody knows how often they happen in the professional leagues. So we're getting ready. Game number 3 here. It might be the last in the series. You'd hope not. And just gonna get Thomas's second game on the graphical display there. Apologies. I was so flabbergasted at how heavily Ithaca was beaten, I must have forgotten the graphic. Excuse me. The Trump fan getting a demo there in the corner. Jay's gonna get his boost stolen. Might stifle the attack for just a moment here. Oh my heavens, speaking about being stifled, Jay is just everywhere on the field right now for Thomas. Guy Wu gets a touch into the corner, but this is just... that is just denial from Jay, just shutting down every option that Union Thunder had with the ball completely dunked on. In the first 30 seconds, Thomas already have the lead, and if they keep this momentum up, it's over. Guy Wu's. Oh, actually a little bit of a team bump there, rotating back from Thomas. Not looking like Ithaca can capitalize, though. Almost trouble in front of the net. Jay again, the lethal player for Thomas. I mean, Daniel has been putting a lot in his own right, but I'd love to see what Jay 400K's goal participation is. It feels like he's been absolutely everywhere over this field. Assists, shots, goals, and I would say saves, but I can't remember the last time the ball was on the orange half. Ithaca has just been stuck on defense. Union Thunder, no boost, desperately flipping towards the ball, can't do anything with it. Another poor touch. Possibly a double commit there from Thomas. We're seeing a few mistakes here from the orange team, more than we did before, but a mistake isn't really a mistake unless the other team can punish you for it, and right now Ithaca just isn't positioned correctly to anticipate these errors. They aren't confident that they can catch the errors when they come up, and it would be hard to be confident after the way that they've lost 2 games. A little side flip there from T-Guy Wu's, and he'll be telling his friends that was intentional. I'm not so sure, but either way it turns into a goal here. Possibly a fake from T-Guy Wu's, but regardless, Daniel is going to put it away for a 2-goal lead. And I neglected to share this information with you earlier. Didn't want to be a downer, but Austin did inform me that in the NECC... Apparently the bears behind me. Just had an exciting moment. Anyways, the in the NECC Esports League, which both of our teams are in, actually all of our esports are in the NECC for their respective games. You have something called activation matches, which are 2 games that you play at the very start of the season that don't technically count towards your standings, but will help with seeding more or less. And I neglected to tell you that Austin informed me that both the Gold Squad's activation matches were losses, and both of them were 0-3 losses, meaning they haven't won a single game so far this season. And when you frame it like that, maybe 1 win is all that Ithaca needs. Maybe... and I thought Jay 400K might have disconnected there, but I think he was just sitting on the boost. But as I was saying, 1 win might be all that the Gold Squad needs to feel like today was a victory, considering their record so far, but Thomas might not even give them that. It might be 2 sweeps on the night, 1 in favor of Ithaca, and 1 in favor of Thomas. Guy Wu's off the backboard here, opens up for Daniel into the crossbar. Can't get the follow-up. But with 1:30 left, in Rocket League 2 goals is really not much padding, but it is padding when you look at the way that these 2 teams are playing. Ithaca just stuck on defense. It's so hopeless, and that one was almost a disaster. Gort can rush back. We're going to need to see some major shifts in this game pretty soon, because if I'm not wrong, I don't think Ithaca has scored at all in this series. Game wins aside, goals are what we're discussing, and I'm Pretty sure it's a fat goose egg for blue team. So if we keep lowering the bar, maybe one goal is all Ithaca needs to feel like a success tonight. But again, Thomas does not look like they are going to budge on even that. Just about 30 seconds left here. The clock is ticking down. Oh, a backflip there from Genial, but he still somehow gets up to it. I thought for sure that was a goal. I thought for sure Ithaca, the gold squad, could start doing a sad little victory dance. But no, J400K is going to make it 3-0. I was about to say maybe we can win the battle and lose the war, but we're losing both right now. No goals and no games to our name. It is a rough state of affairs for the beginning of the Gold Squad season. Chikai Wu's going off the side here. Down to Janiel, and it's just too simple for them, really. They've just torn a hole in the Ithaca defense. Union Thunder just drove a little bit too far forwards there. Tries to backflip to compensate. And Thomas College is just cool, calm, and collected. Almost half asleep in this match. Ithaca has not roused them. Maybe a goal there. Maybe just one for the road, but no. Ithaca College shut out in this series. That has gotta hurt. Oh, and I've actually just been informed that Gold did score 2 goals. My mistake. I was under the impression that they didn't have anything there. But, 2 goals. So maybe they can do a little bit of a sad victory dance. But maybe not. Maybe they just kind of want to step away from the computer for tonight. But that will be 2 sweeps on the night here. 1 for our blue squad against Murray State, and 1 against our gold squad, going in favor of Thomas College. And it's not the result that anyone wanted to see, but that's what happens in Rocket League. I think there has to be some paranormal connection between the 2 J's. They're just sharing the same brainwave. They're always linking up, always on the same page. Maybe they're identical twins hooked up to some machine. Something of that nature would be the only explanation for how they played today. I think we will be transitioning soon into our goodbye graphic, updating the results here. Here we go. As you can see in the graphic, our blue squad is up 1 so far in the season, and gold is down 1. But regardless, we will be back next week with more of all of our esports, but especially more Rocket League. Next Friday on the 17th, we have another blue match at 7 and another gold match at 8. I'll have to check again which teams they're playing against, but if you enjoyed the broadcast tonight, I encourage you to tune in next week as well. I was talking about a little bit of rust on the behalf of the players, and we were shaking off a little rust on the broadcast side too, so hopefully both the Gold Squad and myself, I suppose we both share Austin, Union Thunder, among the broadcast team and the Gold team. Hopefully we can shake off the rust going into next week, and Gold can get a victory, and I can bring it to you seamlessly. But thank you all for tuning in. I think I'll play you a little outro music in just a second. Don't want to perseverate on that loss for too long, of course. Sometimes it's nice to embrace the victory and talk for a little bit longer. And sometimes you just want to forget about it. And yeah, before I say goodbye for the last time, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you next week.